The new ball was taken and 1 over was bowled by Paul Jarvis. The Australian survived to the end, 276 for 6 with Hughes on 2 and WAUGH 35. Top score David Boone 94, and the England bowling 2 wickets for Dilley, 2 for Foster, who regained form here, and Jarvis bowled very well without luck to take 1 for 69. John Embury 1 for 60, and the match situation, Australia 10 runs behind with 4 wickets in hand. They have to get through that second new ball on the third day of this match, the Saturday. With 9 runs added in the day, 285 for 6. It's the 4th ball of the 4th over, and Dilley is coming in to bowl to WAUGH. And every so often he produces a stroke like that, which is sheer beauty.
What a beautiful shot. Look at this, watch the foot movement. Goes across, stays with it, doesn't pull that front foot away. Perfectly upright when he hits that ball. Exactly how it should be done.
In many ways, he's an old-fashioned batsman. He doesn't hold the bat up at shoulder height while he's waiting for the bowler to come in. Oh, that's a cracking shot. And in being orthodox and perhaps slightly old-fashioned, it doesn't seem to do him any harm. He's one of the best arguments I know against the modern-day fetish for thrusting the bat up in the air.
Well, you can't play 2 better shots than this.
Oh, good call, and beautifully fielded. That turn and quick look at the fielder is always to pick up who it is, and instantly Steve Waugh knew that that fellow had a good arm.
Yes, John Embury's probably got the best arm of the England fielders. He throws it so flat, and Steve Waugh, a very good judge there. He certainly wouldn't have made that.
Graham Gooch is the man at second slip.
Australia have added 22 as Hughes pushes forward to that last ball. He hasn't really got his foot there, and you just saw it pitch 18 inches in front of Gooch. Very good pickup. Very awkward. That ball pitching just in front of the slips.
Here's Foster.
And that's Steve Waugh's 50. Another good innings. 91 balls, 7 fours. It's in the air, but Hughes really didn't get anywhere near the power on that he wanted. That's the 300. That's come up in the 100th over, which is a pretty good rate of progress against what's been a very keen England attack. There's the England attack with just the 2 bowlers used this morning, Dilley and Foster. Won't be long now. In fact, it is Paul Jarvis replacing Graham Dilley. Jarvis bowled in very lively fashion last night. That is a good shot. That's the 50 partnership.
Well, a good shot by Hughes. Wasn't a full half volley, that. Hit it slightly on the up, but kept it down, and plenty of power behind the stroke. So He's getting a little bit desperate for England now. They're really striving for that wicket, and really you don't want anything above 350 or they could be back in trouble.
David Gower just ushering Barnett back a little bit, a deep square leg, so we may see a short one. There it is. But pushed finer.
Well, at Headingley, Murphy was hit 1 or 2 for 4 and down there, and they also got out trying to play that shot. The big thing is line. It's got to be tight onto him, chest high, and that time he got across to the offside, and therefore the ball was going down his leg side, and no problem playing it down. You've got to catch him before he gets right across to the offside.
Well, that was a lovely shot.
Well, no need to bother running for this. Beautiful straight drive. Full face of the bat.
Oh, dear me. No justice, says Foster again. And that's out. Gooch again. And Foster delighted, Smith, Gatting, everybody. But well played Hughes. Caught by Gooch off the bowling of Foster for 30. The wicket England wanted. Australia 331 for 7.
Yes, England were really getting desperate, and that was a fine delivery by Foster. Just a little bit of extra bounce, the ball moving up the hill, and a very fine catch by Gooch as well, going quick to his left. But that was the thing, that the wicket that England really wanted. Things were getting very desperate, and Foster's been the bowler this morning who's most likely to take that wicket. He's gone past the outside of both the batsmen with no luck, but on that occasion Murphy was just managing to get the touch. But well bowled for Neil Foster.
Batsman Trevor Holmes.
Trevor Holmes presenting a good straight bat. Dickie Bird marching down the pitch to take a look at Neil Foster's follow-through. Second warning, a second warning for Neil Foster. And this is another reason why he might have been better employed from the nursery end, with the slope helping him get off the pitch there, Tom.
Yes, that second follow-through pace, getting very close to the leg stump in the forbidden area. Now going round the wicket to the left-hander.
And of course, when you change, very often you overpitch, you lose your line.
Well, not a bad stroke for a number 9. Wide half volley. Owens getting his foot not quite right across, but pushing very firmly through extra cover. We have a change in the attack now. Spin for first time today. John Embry coming on from his favourite pavilion end. I think there'll probably be a fairly defensive field as far as WAUGH's concerned.
Well, that one, a little bit of width, which Steve Waugh was able to cash in on. It's Waugh's 12th boundary. We'll see this one tossed up, but just that bit of width. Lovely shot. The lead now is substantial, and certainly Waugh and Hones and Lawson and Alderman to come. Every chance of extending, and he's bowled him. Well, there, too close to cuts, just before lunch. John Embry getting his second wicket. Trevor Hones bowled for 21. And Australia now 381 for 8.
Yes, that was certainly a little bit of a full length as well for cutting. The ball going on, and really Trevor Holmes was never in a position to hit that. But well bowled from Embry again. He's bowled pretty well again this morning. And it's nice to see him amongst the wickets again.
Well, that was a good stand. Exactly 50. That's Trevor Holmes' contribution towards it. And whichever other part of the ground is packed in a capacity crowd, the members' pavilion sometimes isn't. Here we go, wide of the crease, and that increases the angle. The ball coming on. That's the result. And despite John Embry's success before lunch, David Gower reverting to Neil Foster. New batsman, Geoff Lawson. Well, that looked a casual bit of fielding. Neil Foster can't believe it. And certainly Gower would look to be slow moving to that. Either that or it was a misjudgment, because he thought the ball was coming much higher than it did. In fact, it arriving at Gower almost at Yorker length, and in the end, technically it wasn't a catch, although I'm sure Foster would disagree with that. Graham Dilley. That's the 400. Quite happy to take every run that comes. Australian run rates increase now. The normal run rate for them has been around about 3 and over, but now they're in excess of that. Well, could have been out. Would have been a great catch. Instead, Dilley suffers, Lawson prospers. Just one short. There it is. Had it hit, it looked as though it would have been out, but triumphant wave of the bat from Waugh. It's been a lovely 100. It really has. Classically correct batting. Lovely stroke play on both sides of the wicket. Particularly strong on the offside. Handshake from Lawson. The Australian balcony, that'll be a happy place. That's a good shot. That'll be 4. As Ray Illingworth said, the pace of this pitch is such that if there is a ball even marginally short or over pitch, the batsmen are able to latch onto it and cash in. There might be another. And it is. And yet another partnership taking shape. 381 when they came together.
Well, Graham Dilley's got broad shoulders. Go on, go at it. That's 4 runs. And sympathies go out to David Gower. He was the man who misfielded that, but it actually gathered speed. The ball's hit into the ground and somehow got some topspin on it.
Geoff Lawson just rocking back and giving that the full treatment.
.53. Cracking shot.
Geoff Lawson, a bowler, knows how good a pitch this is. So he's going to make the most of it.
Well, direct hit, good throw by Foster, but no problem for Steve Waugh.
And it's always been a feature of Australian cricket in this series that as soon as he set off, he was looking for two. And Waugh turned very quickly back down the pitch. Direct hit. Waugh's bat at full stretch, just getting in.
That certainly is a little bit of good fortune for Steve Waugh, but he's played some brilliant strokes as well. And these two players now are trying to capitalise on the advantage. Ill fortune for Jarvis there, but it's a big plus mark for the way Border has kept up the attack. Well, they could easily run for here. Chris Broad is the man after it. He could be lucky, it might go, yes it will. Otherwise they could easily have got 5. 100 partnership up between Steve Waugh and Geoff Lawson.
Change in the attack. The 5th England bowler to be produced, Graham Gooch.
Jarvis the fielder, 500 is up, single to Waugh. That's a terrific performance.
It's been a difficult task for Gower, for so much of this Australian innings. He was looking to wrap things up quickly after a pretty good effort yesterday. It wasn't really until towards lunch today that Australia really got away from him. And now they certainly have. This might be out. Broad underneath and catches it. That's the end of Lawson. Caught off the bowling of John Embury for 74. Relieved cheers from the crowd, but the damage has been done. Australia now 511 for 9. Great effort from Lawson. High score for Australia in Test matches. And a terrific partnership. 130 they've added. And that really has tilted the game well and truly towards Australia. 235 runs scored. We're still a quarter of an hour short of tea. And Dilly for his 33rd over of the innings. Dilly can't believe it.
Well, there have been a few of these inside edges during this innings, and that again must have been very, very close to that leg stump.
That's his 150. "17 boundaries. That's out. Alderman doesn't like it. Embury does. Finally, everybody can go to tea. Alderman LBW to Embry for 8. Australia finally in the 158th over of the innings, all out 528.
Well, I don't think there was too much about that. Alderman right back on his stumps, hitting the right leg there. The ball only had 2 or 3 inches to go. And that's the 4th wicket for John Embry. So, nice to see John Embry getting a few wickets again. That will give him confidence. And it does add to the England side if they can have a slow bowler bowling well.
There goes Steve Waugh. 152 not out. 329 runs in the series so far. Still no Englishman's got his wicket.
And that was a terrific knock from Steve Waugh. 152 not out, he remained. And there were other stars there this morning. Hughes and Hones and Lawson, 30, 21 and 74. And even Alderman, who's not rated as a batsman, stayed there with Steve Waugh whilst valuable runs were put on. But a lovely innings from Waugh. He's an old-fashioned type of player. Doesn't hold the bat up round his shoulder when he's waiting for the bowler to come in. And he looked wonderful out there today. 528. And the bowling figures for England, well, they don't make all that good reading. Dilley 2 for 141, Foster 3 for 129, Jarvis 1 for 150, and Embry, the most successful, 4 for 88 in 42 overs and 12 maidens. So the situation, England 286, Australia 528, and Australia 242 runs ahead. Here's the first ball now. Terry Alderman bowling to Gooch.
Umpire Dickie Bird there, just having a look at Terry Alderman's first delivery. He certainly got warned a couple of times for running on the pitch.
Now Dickie Bird's out having a look not this time at the follow-through mark, but at the front foot to see how close it was to a no ball. That's LBW, Gooch gone without scoring, playing across Alderman, and Australia have struck straight away in this England second innings. What a blow that is. Gooch, LBW, without scoring.
Yes, Alderman again getting very close in, bowling wicket to wicket. And that ball just holding up again from the leg side a little. Gooch having to play across that front leg a little. And that really is a blow for England. Gooch is the one batsman who's looked capable of going on and playing a long innings, but he's on his way for nothing. Kim Barnett, the new batsman. There's quite a lot of pressure on him now.
Here's Geoff Lawson, and he's bowling to Broad. It wasn't a chance, it bounced in front of Healy. And Chris Broad's giving a disbelieving look down the pitch there because the umpire has signalled no go. Not well pleased, I don't think. Terry Alderman in all test matches, 100 wickets. Strike rate of 1 every 10 and a bit overs. Delight World Rating, number 23. So now Dickie Bird, umpire Harold Bird, has given an official warning to Alderman for getting in too close to the stumps. You can see a white spot on the, or you could a moment ago, just past umpire Harold Bird. That white spot on either side. Draw a line through that, and that marks part of the danger area. You mustn't get your foot into the danger area past that. You have your foot back behind that mark, you're okay.
Once again, umpire Bird having a look at that Alderman follow through. He was very, very quick to warn Foster in the Australian first innings when Foster was bowling from the pavilion end. And you can watch the foot as it comes through. That was perfectly safe, that one in fact. That was quite wide.
Chris Broad.
Just a little inside edge here.
That might be out. Certainly very confident and given. Dickie Bird waited to think about it, and Kim Barnett looks a candidate for that sort of dismissal. On the shuffle, and with Alderman always likely to move the ball about a bit, that's the result.
That pad is in position almost before Alderman bowls. It hits the pad first onto the bat, and another bit of good captaincy by Alan Border. He's got the man in the right place. The bat pad, and the second England wicket goes down with the total on 18.
That's what happens. Standing a good foot out of his ground.
And a lovely shot this, and the nice thing about it is that Broad's hit that ball straightish instead of playing round his front pad.
Owen's bowled him. And that really is a serious blow for England. Broad, bowled by Lawson for 20, 28 for 3.
Well, slightly loose shot from Chris Broad. Driving loosely at that outside the off stump. He got a tiny little edge, inside edge, but the ball had come back. It looked as though it was going through the gate anyhow.
What a position for England's captain to come into bat. That's how many England are still behind. Gatting has done this on at least 3 occasions in the past. One remembers him at Old Trafford last year, and here at Lord's against the West Indies. Twice in a match.
And that really is terribly close.
41 for 3. Merv Hughes to bowl from the nursery end. That's beautifully struck by Gar.
Once again, David Gower showing you don't need to have to lash at the ball on this wicket. You just play the strokes, time it, no more than that, and away it goes for 4. No real effort. You don't have to get yourself out of position by trying to hit the ball too hard. Just let it come on and then push it away.
It's one of Gatting's better shots. Well over it. Good control. It's his second boundary.
Yes, this was a flashing shot again. Just got across there, and just at that last split second you could see the right hand just came in and gave it a little bit of a punch. You don't need to hit it hard. Outfield's beautiful condition. The ball really races away.
That brings the 50 up for England.
There were 7 more runs added up to the close of play. England 58 for 3, with Gatting 16 and Gower 15. But 3 crushing blows there for England, with Gooch gone without scoring, playing across Alderman, Broad for 20 and Barnett for 3. And Alderman claiming 2 of the wickets and showing himself again to be a force in this Test match series. 8 overs, 2 maidens, 2 for 23 for him, Lawson 1 for 21, and just the 2 other bowlers used, Hughes 4 overs for 8 and Border 2 overs for 2. So England, well, if not looking down the barrel at the moment, they're certainly in a little bit of trouble. 58 for 3 and 184 runs behind, with 7 wickets in hand at 58 for 3. So quite a strong breeze blowing.